Every single guy through her entire existence.
Are you dumb? That's what I want to ask people when I get on this app and I make statements and it causes such a ruckus. So I simply posted a picture of Tiana Taylor after the Golden Globe win, and I said, leaving the wrong man will put you on the right path to your success or something like that, right? And then here come the Yellow Bus crew, and they're like, "What you trying to say? She was so without a man. What you mean?" And honestly, I ain't even trying to understand how they went from this to that. Like, I didn't even try to understand it because my brain don't operate in a reverse. Okay, so I didn't try to understand. But here's the thing: I've been begging y'all to unfollow me. I've been begging y'all to go ahead and block yourselves.
Why do Black people prefer nightmares? Because the ones who have dreams get shot.
Dang.
All right, y'all, we're gonna get started in a second. All right. Hey, y'all. We are on day 14 of 100 Days of Believing Bigger, coming from this book. But I just want to talk to y'all real quick before we get started. Number one, can we talk about, hey, Katina? Can we talk about the Verizon outage today? Now, I'm going to tell you my take on it, but I'm with T-Mobile. And T-Mobile sent a little petty text message. And they said under the petty text message, I think it was petty, they had to send it out. Somehow, T-Mobile said, our network is operating normally. A reported Verizon outage may affect reaching Verizon customers. Look. Okay. That's number one, right? Number two. Before we get started, there's a way to talk to people. Like, I'm over here in a conversation. They're like, yeah, I had to go over there and I told them they don't know how to take care of no child. Look, that's not the way to talk to people. A better thing is say, hey, let me help you. I know the child is doing this. I know this is your first child, and you might not know some of the tricks and traits of a child when it's this age. Let me help you, right? Instead of going off and saying you don't know nothing about raising no child. I'm just on a roll today. And number three, before we get to, yeah, you had that message too, girl. T-Mobile. And number three, it kind of pertains to this, but it's more into the Christian realm, or whatever you want to say, Christian church realm. So there's this pastor, and his name is his name is what's I'm trying to get to the word. Pastor Dewan, because DJUAN, is that Dewan? B. Rich torches Jamal Bryant, right? I'm going to say this. Everybody has the right to have their opinion on certain things, right? Just like, piggyback. The Verizon outage. I am, what do you want to call it? Theorist. I am. But I believe the reason why Verizon got hacked, because their outages is not just outages, they got hacked, okay? I believe Verizon got hacked because the government phones they're on Verizon network. So if you're trying to hack the government or get into the government's whatever, that's probably why Verizon had an outage, because someone tried to hack Verizon, probably to try to get to the government or whatever. This is my, because again, Verizon, the government phones, cell phones, if someone has a government cell phone, their government cell phone or iPad is on the Verizon network. So that's what I think. But back to this picture, Pastor Dewan Rich. No. I really got embarrassed. I don't get embarrassed. I don't take a lot to, not that embarrassed, but like what black folks do, y'all do a whole bunch. Y'all do a whole bunch of stuff. But I'm non-denominational right now. But my foundation is built on Christianity, Christian principles, in particular the Baptist Church. But this pastor right here had the nerve to go on here, and I guess the pastor that said that called Pastor Jamal, he didn't call her a $2 hoe. Bishop Woodson said that Carrie looked like, she dressed like a $2 hoe. That was one pastor said after mouth on the pulpit. I love looking at my eyes on here. But this pastor, okay, so I guess also one, they put that pastor in that dress, and so he was like, that was my pastor, even though we may not meet eye to eye, but that was my pastor, and he ain't no faggot. And he literally said that on the pulpit. He ain't no faggot, unlike some preachers. And then he proceeds to call Jamal Bryant out. I'm gonna play a snippet. I am gonna play a snippet for you, okay? Okay.
And silly women talking, amen, falling on. I'm like, you stupid women, y'all next. Cause the way silly women grinning, if you're grinning at that kind of stuff, you next.
Oh.
The church has fallen so far now that a pimp, a bisexual like Jamal Bryant, and his no good wife, his second wife, amen, she's no good either, wore that dress, I talked about it last week, wore that dress with her tail out, whether it's a flesh dress or not. But here's the wicked thing. The church has fallen so far that Christians think it's funny that they've used the internet and AI to put my pastor in a dress. Now, one thing I know he ain't, and that's a faggot. And I know we got new members in here, but let me go old school, because see, I probably ran y'all back in the day, but my pastor won't no faggot. He won't no faggot. He ain't no faggot. And he's a man's man, and ain't nothing funny about people playing, putting him in a dress. We ain't got to ever talk again. But one thing my pastor's not.
Let's get to the other part. Hold on.
He ain't no cross dresser. He ain't no punk. He ain't no harder to preach the gospel. What I mean by that is the crowd is not receptive like you should be. Now I thank God we got about a full house in here tonight on a Wednesday night, and I thank God that you can put Jamal Bryant, a double adulterer, cheated on his first wife, made a baby out of wedlock, been all in the court for child support, now has married another stupid girl, and has taken over a dead church called New Birth, who had a homosexual leader in it with Eddie Long from the beginning, who messed with boys. And now you have this dog in office. I've been talking, I ain't talking about how people say you try to get clicks and likes. Y'all don't post enough, so I ain't worried about that. I'm just telling you, whatever. I ain't trying to get no clicks or no likes. But he's a bum. He's no good. He's not a preacher. Jamal Bryant, he's not a preacher. And it's sickening to see the saints laugh at my pastor in the dress.
Now I get that
I'll
part.
say it again, one thing he won't and one thing he ain't. He ain't no fan. I ain't never had to wonder about him whether he was straight or gay or. And you got this preacher going. You can be seen. You got this preacher going on Tamron Hall, who is stupid. Who's stupid? A stupid talk show host, and you bring church business, which I don't really want to call it church business because Jamal put his wife in that dress, and she was like, I mean, what do you expect when your butt is out? You don't expect nobody to say nothing. You ladies, you know you can wear a dress to get attention. Now, we're not going to play stupid and dumb and ignorant like she didn't know what she was doing, and like he didn't know what he was doing when he put it in there. He pimping her out. He a pimp, and he pimping all them stupid women in Atlanta out, and they next. I texted and I said, y'all stupid women are next.
Okay, so such an earful. Number one, you're supposed to be a man of God after God's own heart. Why are you out here calling women stupid? Stupid women, and then you talking about another pastor in the pulpit. Then you had the nerve to say the gospel ain't being preached. Sir, I don't hear no gospel. I hear gossip, but I don't hear no gospel, preacher, sir. Now, I get that they were dead wrong for putting that man in a dress. AI is just crazy. But you call him a pimp, saying he pimped out his wife, calling these women stupid, calling women, period, in Atlanta. Y'all ATL women need to call Atlanta women stupid from the pulpit. No. You right. Stupid got me too. Crazy. You call them silly women. Fine. You can call the women silly women, all that. But stupid. And you supposed to be you are pastor of a church. And then using the word faggot. And you're a pastor. Now, I get you may want to address the thing to your congregation. That's fine. You should have cut the cameras off. He should have cut the cameras off. And then address it and then proceed to preach the gospel. He wanted them bad pastor. And he said someone stalking him, whatever, some guy talking about him online. And he's like, you about to get these papers in the court. But that part just irritated me and but embarrassed from the Christian community. Like, yes, too much. Yes, Katrina, too much from the pulpit. Now, it's okay if you want to say whatever you want to say to whoever, but you shouldn't have had to address that, saying it like that in the pulpit. That's like a regular conversation with somebody else. You having a conversation in your office, outside, in the car, or whatever. It was literally too much. But I didn't want to get all those things out. I literally want to get all of those things out. I had a fantastic day. Today was a half a day at work, and I think Maybe because I was at work half a day today. And I still feel I have more energy. Now my work is not draining. My work is not draining at all. It is a low type of job. It's a low type of IT job. But maybe because I'm just there all day. I was at One Time Fitness off of Tom Hill today, helping my client Sonia from Manifest Wellness Spa and the Super Patch. I got my patch on right here. This patch is peace. Gives you clarity. Gives you focus and calmness. Like people can't stress you out. Like ignorant talk stuff can't stress you out. But maybe because I was in my element half a day doing what I like to do with my clients, meeting people, networking, getting content, I still have the energy. I forgot I had a drink too as well. But not that type of drink. I had one of them nutrient drinks from like the Herbalife people. You know, have the Herbalife drinks. I had that. But let's get into it. 100 Days of Believing Bigger in You and Your Business. Don't forget, we are reading. Don't forget, we are reading. Hold on. Forgiving What You Can't Forget. We are going to do a Zoom call on Sunday evening. We would like for you to be read up to chapter 4. It's only 55 pages. You can read that in 2 days. 25 here and another 30 the next day. You'll be right at your 55 pages for the book. I feel like it's easy for me to forgive what I can't forget. But forgiving what you can't forget is not easy. Folks hold grudges. They have anger issues. And if you ever wanted some help or to guidance on it, I believe this book right here, it says Discover How to Move On. If you don't know how to move on, discover how to move on. Make peace with painful memories and create a life that's beautiful again. I believe this book will help you. We are reading up to chapter 4 by Sunday evening, and we will discuss on Sunday. Okay? And one other announcement. Yes, you need to go order your book. You still have time for Prime to come in. One more order of discussion. If 2025 was a year for you of you just gathering information and you're not implementing things, and you know a lot of stuff, you gather a lot of information, you read a lot of books. I am developing it's called the you are an information junkie. You just thrive on information and you need more implementation. So I have put together a program for the entire year called the Information Junkie Rehab Accountability Program. And so we're meeting all year on Sundays to hold you accountable to get your work done that you said you're going to do, to push you and hold you accountable of not getting any hold on. We want you to be more to execute and implement, right? And you need some kind of accountability. Like, girl, you said you're gonna work on this year. Where are we at? Your book. I got like 2 folks supposed to be writing their book. They supposed to write it last year and it ain't done yet. Y'all know who you are, okay? Carol, Ann, Dr. Julia. But we're going to get it done in 2026. First quarter of 2026. We're going to get stuff done in the first quarter. Implementation and execution is the key to get shit done, and you're going to get it done. You're going to get it done. Okay? But if you're interested in the first 10 women, with that, we get an extra one-on-one session with me. It's only $82 for the entire year. I made it more affordable because this is more. It's not me teaching anything. It's more of, hey, we are holding each other. We are holding each other accountable to implement and get things done. I believe there's a place that you want to be in life. There's a place that I want to be in life. But I feel that we hold our own self stuck in hostage with overthinking and not believing bigger in our dreams and our desires. I do believe that your dreams, you can have your dreams and desires to come true, but y'all are so worried about the how. The how it gets done is not up to you, it's up to God. But it's up to you to dare to dream big and take those small steps where you're at right now. So, excuse me, the burp ain't coming through. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. If you're interested, it's only $82. Inbox me the word information or the word junkie, because y'all are information junkies, right? And so we need to get to be more implementation, and we have to learn to fail fast. Failing means first attempt at learning. So if something don't do right, but we also, with that being said, we have to know our numbers. We can't continue to go further if we don't know our numbers. Like, I know my numbers for last year, and I'm tracking them better for 2026. Like, January is already an amazing month for me already. And that's with me being consistent in my marketing and branding and reaching out and following up in 2025. Katrina, we still haven't had our photo shoot yet. But this week, I'm on board a new client. I did some client work. If you follow me, my stories, you see I did some client work today. I got a wedding to do, a renewal of the vows ceremony, 20-year renewal of the vows ceremony on Saturday. I'm going to a photography retreat from my photography coaching program that I'm in. And I don't believe that we are in an information era, and I don't believe like having a coach and all that kind of stuff is dead, but you do have to get the right one. You do have to, because there are a lot of people out here just doing it to be doing it, but you do want to get somebody who's been in the trenches, who knows a little bit more and can lead you to a higher level that you want to be. Whatever the next level is for you. Different levels. Sometimes you see people's level 12, 14, and you're like, dang, I need to be there. No. You are where you need to be, and that's why we're talking about on day 14, the purpose pathway. So again, this is the part 4. So tomorrow we will be dealing with your born identity. But coming again from the scripture, Ephesians 2:10, for we are Christ's workmanship, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which he prepared in advance for us to do. And we're going to be talking about the to-do part. It says, we looked at the first 3 purposes clues found in the phrases workmanship, good work, in advance, and the final purpose clue from the scripture is the word do. Just as a tire isn't made for the purpose of sitting on the shelf, you're not here to sit on the sidelines of life either. Whew. Everything God designs and birth has an intentional purpose and a specific assignment that grows and expands over time. I don't think we give them. I need to highlight that. Let me highlight that. Everything God designs and birth has intentional purpose and a specific assignment that grows and expands over time. Everything God designs and births, there is no No opportunity wasted in God's economy. Everything is used. And so, oh, listen to this girl. I like to see her. She is my little big sister. And my little, because she's younger. But I see her more as a big sis with some of the comments she has. It's called Dear Tasia. And she really gives, like, she was saying, even though I am taken, she was saying when she dates, like, she don't, some people when they're they're like, oh, so focused maybe getting married, focused on whatever, they feel when they're dating that is like, if they break up, it was horrible, or it, this and that. But she was saying, when she dates, it's for a purpose. Like, are they gonna teach me something? Am I gonna learn this? I'm gonna learn that. It's more of a lesson, more of like a lesson plan, or in gathering data for her. And so that's like with this, like everything that is in our lives have a specific assignment that grows and expands over time. Like when I was married for Jacob was 17 years. Was married for 17 years, but we were together for 21 years. Right? And some people are like, oh, after I had to get a divorce, I don't want to get married. I don't want to date. I don't want to do nothing, this and that. But I looked at it as lessons. I learned a lot, right? I had 2 sons from that marriage. And I learned stuff, and now I can help another woman that is married or desire to be married, because I've been married for 17 years, not no short marriage, and we're together for 21 years. Yes, I am divorced now, but I feel that a lot of people go through what I like to call your starter spouse. There's a lot of people out here that have been married at least one time, and they're trying to get married again for the second time. And I believe everybody, sometimes you're not going to have that forever with somebody. But I do believe, because lately I've been seeing divorces at between the rate of 15 to 18 years and some 20 plus. But there are some marriages that get divorced after the 20-year mark. But if you don't hit the 20-year mark, between 15 and 18, 19 years is what I've been seeing lately. I saw it on a reel. But sometimes people have that starter spouse to teach you something, or to birth those children, or to teach a lesson, and whatever. Everything is used in God's economy for a purpose. We may not see it. But purpose is not intellectual exercise. It's a contact sport. We're supposed to engage with uncertainty, fear, and challenges. That's where we find out what God has pre-deposited it in us, and what a spectacular discovery it is. But first, it will be intimidating. Stepping into a bigger version of your life is supposed to be daunting. And it feels that way too, though. It feels that way. Leaving your comfort. I'm talking to myself. Because it'll be 20 years for the government in June. I plan to retire after 20 years, 2 months, and 2 days. Which is 8:28, my favorite scripture, Romans 8:28. For all things work together for the good of them that love God and are called by the purpose. That is very daunting. I've only had one company per se, different positions for my where I work at, but because I am a government employee, so I've been with the government for over 20 years in June. Don't feel like it. I just had different organizations within the government that I worked for. But doing this 20-year thing, stepping into a new career, stepping into the unknown is daunting. But it says here, that's because your calling and vision are bigger than you. And that's also why you need God's guidance and grace to see them through. God can't bless actions we never took. God can't bless actions We never take. They say faith without works is dead. Now go ahead and tweet that. They don't call it tweets no more, but anyway. God, put this in the comment. God can't bless actions we never take. Well, April said, I'm going to put it on the screen. I'm amazed how God puts us in each other's lives for us. Girl, I know, right, April? I know. Right. Right. It should be on a shirt. It should be on a shirt. And so I like that. God can't bless actions we never take. And sometimes we go back and forth in our head about things. Like, I'm still like, okay. But God is still moving. God is still working. Because I said this early on, right? I know, and I want you to know, and I hope you do know, what you say is powerful. Your words, what you say, is powerful. It's creating your life where you're at now. That's right, because God here, she put on the screen for me. God can't bless actions we never take. Your words are so powerful. Like, I've said this when talking to people. Now I can say it now because 7 more months. 7 more months to my retirement. And I can say this now. I've said by the time I retire, I will be making in my business what I'm making at my job or better. Gotta add that or better part. I want to make more. And so last year, I did not make my financial goal in my business, but I brought in consistent income every single month for 2025. Like, you have to build that momentum. And I can say, January is a good month. I am onboarding 2 new clients this month. Miss April is one of them. And I have a Mr. Williams does catering. So we onboard him this week. Tomorrow, actually. I onboard him this week and said, I got a client that I'm onboarding on tomorrow. I have a wedding, renewal of vow ceremony on Saturday I'm doing. And so you need to speak what you seek. Say what you heard. Say, see what you say. Oh, take these lemons off. Take these lemons off. It reminds me of that song. Speak what you seek and say what you heard. Okay? You have to do that in order for your life to change. There's a space where you want to be at. Here you are, and here's you where you want to be. There are habits and things we have to do. If you want to be a certain size, there are some habits that we have to do. This is one of them. Drink that water, but hey, if you can't drink the regular water, this right here, this is a good flavor. Berry dragon fruit in this water. So good. So good. I just took a chance. So good. But there's habits to get to that body where we not what society, where maybe where you want to be. I know I gained a little bit of weight. I lost some weight, and I gained some of that back. So I have to get back to what I was doing, that exercise. I'm older now. And so stuff ain't with hormones and premenopause and all that type of stuff. There's some things I want to get to. If I want to get back to I want to get back to a certain size. Not what society want to say anything, but there's some habits and there's some things that I have to change along the way, and that's with you and your business. That's with you and your lifestyle. You might have to read some more books. You might have to surround yourself with positive, like-minded people. You're like, there, and I don't know what it is. I am one of them. Hey, let's do a virtual tea talk, right? You want to talk for 30 minutes or whatever, get on my schedule and let's do a virtual tea talk. And let's talk. I am going to do more meetups with women, especially when women in business, and because we need to grow, right? We need to grow. But let's get back to the day number 14. The question is, what is something you can do to have a greater impact on others right now? What is something you can do to have a greater impact on others right now? What I can do right now is continue with, because I never know who might come on, is to continue with my 100 Days of Believing Bigger and you and your business. I'm on Facebook and I am on TikTok over here and YouTube, right? So that's how I can make a greater impact right now when I'm talking to people. I've learned. Somebody was talking about, I'm going to pull it up. Someone was talking about the Cam Newton and the Lady London. I thought Lady London was actually Laura London. I was like, who is this? Because she looks like Lady London, right? And someone had a they had an interesting a talk about her, and I said I like what they said about her because that was so me. You don't have to overtalk nobody to get your point across. You can say stuff respectfully. I got to find what the girl said. I said that sounds just like. I said that sounds just like me. It's you don't even though she's comfortable in being who she was, intelligent, but yet she didn't make him feel like he was dumb for saying some things, right? And so I've been accustomed. I used to want to be the type to pop up at the mouth. I did want to pop off at the mouth, but I realized I don't have to do that. I don't have to pop off at the mouth. My presence and my realness, I don't have to be loud about it. I don't have to be fake about it. I can be respectful and still get that respect. And I really like that. Okay. So the other part of the question is, what fears do you have? How are fears a distraction? Okay. First of all, let's talk about fear. Fear is false evidence appearing real. False evidence appearing real is what fear is. Fear distracts us because we believe it. We believe the fear, and so therefore we sometimes don't move as quick to do something, or we may procrastinate into putting things out, websites, content, videos. I have so much content on my phone that I have not put out, not necessarily because of fear. I just need to put it out. But I want you to ask yourself that question. Let's go more into believing bigger for you. What does that look like? Can you move without needing all the answers? Growth doesn't require certainty, it requires courage. And most of the time, clarity comes after you move. Clarity comes after you move. Clarity comes when you take action. We just talked about in the book, and I'm going to put it on here because she put it in here so we can say it. God can't bless actions we never take. God can't bless actions we never take. Clarity comes from the actions that you take and not before. You're not gonna know what somebody, if you're what somebody don't like. I know I'm going more into the business. What somebody don't like, what you don't like, if you don't take action. No, I don't like that movie. No, I don't like going to that store. No, I don't like doing this. I don't like this exercise. I don't like this. You're not gonna know until you take action. But believing bigger in your business is like that too. Clarity. You're not going to get clarity on what does not work if you do not take action or what you don't like to do. Me as a photographer, I had to learn when I go out and do photography work and I have to carry my lights. I got a new little light. It's smaller. It's compact. I like that now. I wouldn't know about it if I didn't go to my photography class in Houston in November. Like, you're going to have to think bigger and get out of the area you at in order to grow bigger. Sometimes the environment where you at is keeping you stagnant. It is keeping you lower. This Middle Georgia area is stagnant and stale. What did Katina say? Thank you. Clarity comes from when you move. You're gonna have to move and get in better environments. Yes, there are people out there that say one thing and do nothing. So you do have to do your own research, but I have been on these internet streets for a minute. I am an information junkie. That's why I started the Information Junkie Rehab. I'm an information junkie. I've been in people's courses, classes, and things. See, all these internet coaches. So if you need some help with finding a good coach in some area where I can't help you, I can direct you. If you want to learn how to write a good book, take my girl Jasmine Womack's Monetize Your Book Challenge. Like, you want to write a book? I know how to write a book. I wrote one, and I helped somebody else write a book. But if you want the best, I'm not the best at writing a book. I will put you in a direction for someone who can guide you in the best of writing a book. She has I have her book over here. Because y'all already know. I have her book, and she has authored several people. Matter of fact, she has authored several people's books. This is one of the books that she's helped write. A good Facebook friend of mine, Takara Davis. But some of y'all want to write a book. And I know y'all do. And it's not over here. I know where it's at though. I know where it's at. But my girl Jasmine, her book is the Jasmine Womack, has helped author these people's books. Right? And she's good at you not just authoring a book, but helping you monetize your book. Oops. Helping you monetize your book. But back to believing bigger in your business. Now, business-wise, where people stall out, believing bigger in your business is like making the call, sending the email, posting that offer, and having the conversation. In 2026, we are following up with people. We have business cards, but digital business cards are way better because you see a card, you might forget it, but you always can go back when I scan their information, they put the information in. I have theirs, they have mine. You can put notes where you're met. It keeps track of the location, keeps track of the day, and you can always go back and send them an AI-generated text message to follow up with them. I literally did that the other day to someone about a photo shoot because she was pregnant. She had it was her daughter, but my granddaughter are in the same class. And I followed up with her and said, hey, I know your daughter's birthday was last month, but I'm doing Valentine's Day shoots February the 1st and February the 7th and 8th, I think. And so she's pregnant. So she wants to do some maternity shoots and some pregnancy shoots. So I got my little crown, got my crowns. I'm gonna order some more crowns. And so I followed up. So believe in making your business because you don't feel ready, you are ready, but you need to stop delaying. You don't need new ideas. You already need to execute the ones you already have. I know you got ideas full in ChatGPT, like I do. That needs to be executed. Remember this. God doesn't give you the whole map. He gives you steps. Every step taken in faith builds momentum. Every step builds trust and belief. And waiting for the perfect understanding helps you stand still. And we're not standing still. We're not still standing. We're not still here, not doing anything. But remember this. You're allowed to want more. You are capable of becoming more. And you are ready, equipped for what's next. Keep believing bigger in you. Keep believing bigger in your business. And we're going to sign out with the prayer. The prayer for today was, Lord, help me to realize and remember that I'm already more than enough to impact where I am right now. Order my footsteps as I recall that I am pre-built to do good works every day in every way. You are pre-built to do good works every day in every way. Every day is a purpose. Every day may not be a big old purpose, but you smiling at somebody. You checking in with somebody. Could be your purpose for that day. You want to be big, have a big old glamorous purpose? We do. But sometimes purposes in our everyday life. Speaking to someone. Texting someone. I have my phone, like on the 15th, which is tomorrow. Let me see. It says to send an email out to people who, what's tomorrow, the 15th? I guess it's not the 15th. It's one of these days. It tells me to, it says email. Email list. See, it tells me to email my list. It got to be on the 19th. Let me see. It must be on the 19th of every month. Oh, it's on my Google Calendar. But we have these things that we can actually help us to do different things, right? So, like in my in here, I have my tomorrow. I need to review the month. But the month is going good. I have to review the month. We have a call tomorrow morning, which I probably ain't gonna make it. And send. Oh, here it is. It says send. Let me pull it up for y'all. It is for the day. Let's go by the week. Go by the week. It says, right. So it says, this says send follow-up email submittal Georgia contact. So that's on the 26th. So repeats every month on the last Monday of the month. So I have this to follow up with the people. We can put reminders. We are not good at remembering things because we are overstimulated with things. It's okay to go ahead and put your reminders on your thing on a monthly to do. And if you have an iPhone, it can automatically send text messages for you on whatever day, whatever hour you want to. We can schedule it. I have a text message that goes out to my partner every day at 10:10. It says I love you. Like little stuff like that. We get busy. If you want to send your mama, your granddaughter, your cousin, I love you text message, hey girl, I'm just checking on you on the 14th of every month, and she think, oh my gosh, and you have it scheduled, you have it automized in your phone. I believe the Androids can do it too, but all I can speak on is the iPhone, right? So I want you to, as we go into day number 15, which talks about your born identity, coming from Ephesians 1:18. I want you to believe bigger and do bigger for you and your business in 2026. Step out on faith on some things. Talk to some new people. Have a tasker, okay, or a goal for the month. Hey, I'm gonna reach out and follow with 5 people this month, or I'm gonna talk to or meet 5 or 4 new people for the month. Right? One of my goals is to go out with small business owners and talk to them. There is this book. You know, I'm big on information because I'm an information junkie. There is this book called Rich Relationships. Create $1 Million Networks for Your Business by Selena Sue. And so one of the things that she said she does is she knows that I don't have the budget for it right now, but she will bless people with what they need in their business, whether she hires people, hires a graphic designer, hires a website designer, hires whoever for them in their business as a present. And I don't have that budget right now to hire like a website designer or whatever for somebody in their business. But what I can do is go out with small business owners and talk to them. And we can talk about collaboration or how I can help them, how they can help me, or give them some pointers and tips on a monthly basis. Like, what's $50 to eat? $50 to $60 for me and somebody else to go and eat once a month, right? And it's a write-off. So those are some of the small things that we can do to grow bigger in our business and stand out in the marketplace. All right. So happy January 14th. Yesterday was January 13th. Shout out to all the Deltas, and happy Founders Day to y'all, which was on the 13th. Tomorrow is the 15th. Your born identity. Again, we're reading 100 Days of Believing Bigger. 100 Days of Believing Bigger in you and your business, coming from 100 Days of Believing Bigger. We are doing the reading the book Forgiving What You Cannot Forget. So we need to be on chapter 4, which is only 55 pages by Sunday. All right. So I hope y'all had a wonderful, wonderful Wellness Wednesday, and I will see you tomorrow on Thursday around the same time. Well, around 9, between 9 and 10. All right, guys, y'all have a good night.